Hello, good day to you, chess players. This is our first chess problem. The opening goes to Caro Kann defense, and we're going to use the deflection tactic to win this game. Ready? Okay. Game started with e4, c6, d4, d5, knight to d2. Wow, it's a classical variation of the Caro Kann defense. Pawn takes, knight takes pawn, bishop f5, knight to g3, bishop to g6, knight to f3. As you can see, the knight here in the Caro Kann defense is stronger, but the bishop is in a good move controlling the center. And now black tried to control the center and develop his piece by playing knight to d7, h4, trying to trap the bishop, h6, h5, bishop to h7, then bishop to d3. So in Caro Kann defense, you really have to kill the light square bishop controlling the center. That will give a good mobility for the knight. So bishop takes d3, queen takes d3, knight g to f6, bishop to f4, e6, long castle, knight to d5, bishop to d2, positioning the bishop to an anti-knight position that blocks all the way of the knight to develop. This is one of the good strategy of the bishop. Queen to b6, generating attack in the castle king. I preferred that the queen is behind the pawn, and the black needs to attack two rooks, positioning to the king side. But here's quite aggressive for black. Without the light square bishop, I think this is very bad for black. Knight to e4, controlling the center, developing the knight. Knight 7 to f6, knight to f6, check. Knight takes f6, knight to e5, positioning the knight, bishop to d6, and here white played queen to g3. That will develop a king side, possible king castle attack for the black. So black replied with rook g8, and white replied queen to f3, no, to avoid the advance of the knight here. But black replied queen takes d4. As you can see, it might seem like it's a freebie at the first place. So if your opponent could not see a certain tactics that were going on or happening here, he will really take the queen. He will going to take the pawn on the d4 by his queen. Now I want you to spot the winning move. I want you to pause the video and spot the winning move for the white. Could you see it? Could you see it? Obviously, the best move here is bishop to c3. Okay? Because if black maintain the attack for the knight, the defense for the knight. For example, wait, what happened? So queen takes e5, bishop takes e5. So it's absolutely a win for white. But what if black tried to move his queen on c5 to defend the bishop? As we can see, it is a poison pawn created by white. So once the queen go back to his original position, the bishop is free, out of guard. What if the black tried to defend it with c5? Deflection. You have to remove the guard, the queen, by playing b4. So there's no choice but to put his queen back on his original position, and boom, there's the attack. What I was trying to say here is before you take an opportunity on a free piece, always double check or assess the position. As you can see, if queen try to capture the pawn and there's a discovery attack of rook once the bishop was unleashed or removed, so it will create certain tactics that might really happen. So it might as well that you have to compute every sequence before trying to move a certain piece. So the technique is, once that you capture the pawn, what will be my next move? If we try to move this bishop here, then I'll just capture the knight. So obviously he need to defend the knight. So what if I try to take it? Then there's a two-way to defend the knights, either bishop to f5 or f4 or bishop to c3. So what if after taking the pawn he move his bishop on f4, and then I'll just put it back here, and then there's nothing else. But what if he moved his bishop on c3? So my queen is on d4. Once I put it back here, there's now an attack in b4 that will defending the bishop, so he can push the pawn. Oh my god, the bishop will be eaten by rook by means of the deflection. So what I need to do is, I just have to make a developing move first. So what will be my developing move? So maybe I can block first, and I can put my I can put my bishop here, or I can put my king here. As simple as that. So before trying to move, you have to assess first the position. You don't need to be so lazy calculating all those moves, possible moves, because that will be your weakness, and that will be the chance for your opponent for you to create a certain mistakes. Okay, see you in our next chess problem.